for?
I'm back, Kendra.
The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now.
Oh, I know. Okay, real quick. I saw her in Atlanta, and you told me you was coming back because they had you messed up in the comment section.
I'm back to clear your cousins.
Woo, come on, clear them. Your hair look good. It's glowing, but we gotta see your whole face. Like you keep getting
Okay,
cut off.
okay.
Okay. So she was here. She was here. I remember some things. I remember you wanted a man taller than your son. He got to make at least 100K. You don't want him to have a 9 to 5 because he got to be able to travel when you can travel. You ain't no princess men. None of that. You looking for a girl?
I'm looking for a spiritual, emotionally intelligent, generous man who knows who he is, knows how to treat a woman, knows how to communicate. Yeah, just well-rounded as far as like financial aspects. It's just as long as he's ambitious and has his life together. I mean, I would say preferably over 100K because I make that, so I would want him to make at least what I make or more.
What are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers, liars, cheaters, down low men, very feminine men. We have a lot of those here in Atlanta. We have a lot of bad bitches and men that feel like they're the pillow princesses and they want you to chase them and buy them flowers and take them out on dates. I'm not dealing with any of that. And I want her to be taller than my son because my son is 17 and he's 6'3". So I don't want my son to be able to little boy him. I could do 75K, but he got to be like an entrepreneur. Like, he can't be like 9 to 5.
Is that overall? Nobody 9 to 5?
I prefer not to do a 9 to 5 just because of like my schedule, how flexible I am. To feel no type of way when I'm like, oh, I'm about to go here, and he like, oh, I gotta request PTO or something because I don't have to do all that.
Well, okay, someone asked this question. They said, when you're traveling, is he paying for both of you guys?
Yes. No, I don't go 50-50, y'all. They ain't these comments.
Oh, I didn't even ask you that question. They brought it up. What happened? They said you don't do 50-50.
No, I don't. I've never had to, but I feel like everybody should do, what they want in their households. But the men that I've been with my past relationships, I've never had to go 50-50.
Funny because I did the Tamara Hall show and she was one of the clips. Time didn't permit. We had so much going on that show, but you were a clip that was going to be shown on the show, but we didn't get to your clip. But I ran into her at the live Mix and Mingle speed dating in Atlanta, and she told me in person she was coming back on the show to read y'all down. So what you want to say, princess?
Well, first of all, I want to say it was so nice meeting you. You're so beautiful in person. I love your energy. So I wanted to say that, and congratulations to all your success and everything you have going on. So I want to say that first.
Thank you. Okay, now she gave me my compliment. What you got to say to this?
Oh,
thank you.
Sorry, I'm gonna clear that. Can I cuss on? Can I curse on?
Girl, you should say what you got to say.
Okay. So it was a lot of negative feedback, which I understand. I get the clickbait. I get that a lot of people are opinionated and they have, their opinions and a lot to say. But number one, y'all don't know me. That's number one. And I really don't, a lot of this stuff really didn't bother me because I know who I am as a woman and as a person, but I wanted to clear all of the talk about single mothers. That's what bothered me the most. And mainly because 70% of black households are raised by single mothers. Okay, 70%. And that's actually lower now. It used to be 80. So now we're down to 70. So majority of the people on there talking about single mothers, you're raised by a single mom, but you have so much to say about single mothers. And so let's talk about me as a single mother. Yes, I'm a single mom. I was a teen mom too. I had my son at 18, my daughter at 21. And let's talk about how I went from a teen mom to a successful realtor, which I said I was. A lot of people had a lot of misconceptions about that too, about what I do. I sell this, I sell that. The only thing I sell is houses. So fix your bad credit and come see me and get a home. That's the only thing I sell. That's number one. Okay.
You ain't got no damn good credit. Your credit score 400.
Okay. And I can help you fix it too. So I help with credit repair. So I'll fix your credit and get you into a home. Again, that's the only thing I sell. Okay. So a teen mom to a successful realtor, I have sold 50 homes in real estate. And that's a lot to say about a black realtor in ATL because a lot of people are realtors and they're not successful. I've sold 50 homes. Okay. 50. I make good money. So I said that. Okay, and then let's talk about how I have my son. And that was a joke too, Kenya, because okay, I'm goofy. I'm very goofy. I'm sarcastic. I'm playful. I don't need my man to be as tall as my son. I mean, it would be ideal, but he does not have to be. And my son is not disrespectful, and he's not going to disrespect a man because they're not the same height. That was a joke. I made a joke. Okay. Now, my son, let's talk about him being a D1 athlete that this single mother raised on her own. I'm a single mom. He's a D1 athlete. He has 35 scholarships, 35 to choose from. He's graduating this year. Okay, a teen mom, I did that. And then both of my children, my daughter is 16, they both have a 3.0 GPA. So let's talk about that as a single mom. Okay, let's talk about how I have a beautiful home, 4-bedroom on a basement. I drive a Mercedes. My home is peaceful. So y'all want to talk about all these single moms and single mothers can't have standards. Baby, yes, I can have standards because I am the standard. I set the bar. Y'all try to plug me. I'm very intelligent. I have a bachelor's degree in education. I'm spiritual. I'm healed. My life is peaceful. I'm funny. I'm goofy, and I love to travel. I pay for my own travel. If I'm in a relationship, yes, the men in the past have paid for my trips, but me on my own, I pay for my own trips. I just went to Ghana 2 weeks ago. I stayed over there for 2 weeks, and I went to Italy and Morocco. So that's why I said I want a man who has a flexible schedule like me because I love to travel. Man, if you have a job, and let's talk about this because I did not knock anybody with a 9-to-5. If you have a 9-to-5, that's amazing. You should. Everybody needs to work. I'm not knocking that. Why would I knock somebody working? I just said, you asked me my preferences. I said I would like a man who's an entrepreneur because I know he has a flexible schedule. When I take vacation, some days I go 3 to 4 days. That's on the weekend. But some days I like to go. I mean, sometimes I like to go 2 to 3 weeks at a time. People with jobs, they don't have that flexibility. But I'm not knocking your 9-to-5. I'm just talking about me and what I like.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I will want to say is, and I host a show, so I definitely hear all the comments about single moms. Only thing that I will say, if a mother is single, that means the father is not doing their part. Like, we give all the lack to single moms, but how come we don't focus on the fact that, well, I don't know, you tell me this, because maybe this will educate me. Do your children's dads, are they participating?
I only have one.
Okay. Does he participate?
What he wants to when he wants to, but I am the sole provider for my children of my household, and I'm not looking for a man to come in and parent or father or take care of my kids. It's already done. My kids are 16 and 17. My son graduates this year, so why would I be looking for a man to take care of my kids? And I don't want any more kids. So that was another thing. Oh, she's looking for somebody to take care of her kids. My kids are grown. They're about to graduate.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you kind of proved my point. I just feel like we give so much flack to single moms, but not to the men who made them single moms. Like, I feel like the energy, if you're going to give the energy to women who have children and they're raising them by themselves and now they want to date, you have to give the energy to the man that put them in that position. Like, so that's the part that I don't like that's not balanced. Like, if anything, the father who decided to not raise his child should get all this negative attention, not the mother who's making it happen by whatever she's giving. And that's where I just think that that's unfair. Like, y'all should be men, because a lot of men scold the single moms. You should be scolding your gender, the men who do not take care of their responsibility and raise their children. And that would seem to me fair. Because if a woman's a single mom, it's because the guy's not there.
Exactly. We didn't choose this life. It chose us. Like, I didn't wake up one day and be like, oh, I don't want to be with the father of my kids anymore. That wasn't a choice. It just happened that way. And again, we're doing everything. I bust my ass to take care of my kids. Like, I grind. And so it just was very hurtful to see all of those comments about single mothers. And yes, like, why not give it to the men? You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Now, let's talk about a couple things. I think what happens is, so I host the show, right? And this is 5 years of hosting the show. I do not claim to be a guru or relationship expert, but I'm a journalist, and I've been talking to single people for 5 years, more than 15,000 single people. So you learn a lot after having all those conversations. One of the things I think is the statistics on the amount of men that fit the description of what you asked for, right? So because you asked for a certain height, a certain tax bracket, that man, and I don't think women know, there's so many women that kind of want that man, right? Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of the pushback was, why would this man choose you when he has 10,000 options around the world. And that's where it gets kind of tricky. So do you stay with your salary requirement? It was 100K, right? Or more?
I said that was the minimum. I said at least. And then, but then you did ask me, you was like, would you go down to 75K? I said, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Do you want to get married? Is that the goal?
I do. I would like a partner. It doesn't necessarily have to have like be a marriage. Like I would like a partner.
Okay. And are those things non-negotiables? If he can't travel as you travel,
Yeah, it
is that
is, because my kids, again, they're about to graduate and I'm about to be an empty nester and I plan on doing a lot of traveling. And so I don't want my partner to be in a position where he can't go with me or he feels some type of way, because that's what I desire. Like that's what I'm going to do.
okay? So yeah, so you have to be able to travel.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't mind if he has kids?
No, I want him to have kids because I'm not having any more kids.
Okay. Did you have a height requirement? I can't remember.
Well, I said tall. I'm 5'9". I'm not average height for a woman. I'm really tall. So I would like for him to at least be taller than me. He doesn't have to be 6'4", but at least be taller than me.
Okay. And you're in Atlanta. Do you want him to be in Atlanta?
No, I prefer not. Please don't be.
Don't be in Atlanta.
Please, I could not stand Atlanta men.
Okay, she cannot stand Atlanta man. All right, so we've kind of just hit, I know you want to come back to clear and defend yourself, and I always want to give everybody the opportunity to do that. So did anybody reach out, or was it just all people saying you're not going to find this guy?
It was some people that reached out, were not my type. And then it was a lot of people in the comments, like your cousins. They really have the nerve. Like, it's a lot of people in your comments that I would leave on red. You'll be sitting in my inbox, okay? Like, honestly, like, I'm just gonna be for real. Like, my inbox looks like the food stamp line downtown Atlanta, and you would be, the majority of y'all on there will be sitting in my inbox on red. Like, let's be for real. Like, there's so much negative, nasty stuff to say, and it's like, you don't even have a chance. You're not even in my league. Stay in your lane. Like, oh, and while we're talking about that, I want to clear this guy. He was on your show before. His name is Jamal. His Instagram is IAMMACMAAL. He's from Chicago. He was on here before. He's a 45-year-old barber with a whole bunch of kids, babies and stuff. And he made a comment on the post that was like, yeah, I met her before, she's slow. Baby, you've never met me. You were in my DMs begging me to come to Chicago, and I blocked you because you were goofy. Don't ever comment on me. And then it's like lying, like you talking about you met me. Baby, you were begging me to come to Chicago. You begged. I blocked you.
Wait, what's the IG? We get the T. What is it?
IAMMACMAAL. His name is Jamal. He's a 45-year-old barber in Chicago. He claims to be an investor, but I'm a realtor, so I was able to Google his number, and he got foreclosed properties. Jamal, don't play with me.
Wait, I think he was the guy that was at my. I think I know him. He been on the show a couple of times.
Yeah, he's a goofball. He's very corny. You never, somebody he met me and I'm slow. Baby, you never met me. You were begging. I have the DMs.
Wait. So he said where that he met you?
He said that in his comments, he said, yeah, I met her. She's slow. You're a liar. Please don't lie on me. Cornball, 45-year-old barber.
But wait, so how old are you again, Princess? 35. So he DM'd you though before you were on the show?
Yes, this is prior to this. So, but he was trying to come in the comments and like play off what people were saying, like, oh yeah, I met her. She is slow. Babe, you were begging me. You were begging to meet me.
So wait, how did y'all meet before the show?
He just hit me up on Instagram. He slid in my DMs on Instagram.
So how did he was just scrolling Instagram and just came across your page?
I know a lot of people in Chicago. I go back and forth to Chicago, so we have mutual friends, and we became friends on there, and he slid in my DMs.
Ooh!
Never, babe. Like,
so he said in the comments that he met you, but y'all never met.
Never.
And what was he saying in the DMs?
Just begging me to come to Chicago. Oh, I want to see you. I want you to come back for so bad. But I could just tell he wasn't about, but just trying to get me in his bed, like not talking about nothing. Bye, Goofy.
Woo! Princess came back with the gurgler tonight now.
So, please don't play with me. I'm not the one. But I really, listen, all in all, King, I really am a genuinely good person.
That's real quick, and I fuck everybody's name up, so you said the first time I let it go. But it's Kendra, but I mess everybody's name up, so it's my karma, because I mess everybody's name up. But it's Kendra. Continue.
Kendra?
You said Kenya, but it's okay because I messed everybody's name up.
If I said that, I'm sorry. I meant Kendra. I apologize, but I really am a genuinely good person, and I'm not like really. I really do want a person, and I want to shout out my ex Perry. He was in the comments and he had my back 100% because he knows the type of woman that I am. And I was engaged to him in my 20s, and that was a time where okay, I could help build a man. Like he worked in a warehouse. And I told him, go get your CDLs, okay, so you can drive trucks. And he did that. He now owns and operates 3 18-wheelers. Like that, I'm that kind of woman, but not anymore. I'm 35. I'm not helping build. I want you to come like already there because that's where I'm at, like in my career. So meet me where I'm at. That's all I ask. I didn't ask for anything above and beyond. I know you have a lot of delusional women on your show, and that's why you ask questions like, hey, have you ever dealt with this type of man before, stuff like that? And yes, I have. These are the type of men that I deal with. And
well,
so
let me ask that because you know they're gonna call. This is why they're gonna call you delusional because they're gonna say yes, you dealt with that man, but did he close the deal in the way you want to close it, right? So like dating is one thing, but they'll say, because what do you want? Do you want a committed relationship? Do you want marriage with that man, or do you still want to go on these nice dates with that man? Because sometimes those men don't ever settle down. They're the good dates for the weekend.
no, I really want a partner. Like, yeah, of course I want to date. I want to get to know you. I want a best friend, somebody that I can really bond with, somebody that I'm compatible with. We have chemistry. You're spiritual. You're like, I'm a funny, goofy person. I'm very outgoing. I'm wild. I like to have fun. Like, I'm looking for somebody like that. Like, let's basically get to know each other and see where it can go. Like, I'm really looking for. That's why I'm here on your show. Like, I'm really looking for a partner.
So this is what they're gonna say because it goes back to what you said. They're gonna say these men will date you,
okay.
but are they going to marry you? That's what they're gonna say.
Oh, well, a man ain't never left me. I left them. My fiance that I was engaged to, I broke that off. We bought a house together and everything, and I still cut it loose. Okay, because I'm the type of woman, I have money. I got my own money. I get my own bag. I don't got to deal with nobody's shit. So if you're treating me how I don't want to be treated, if you doing shit you ain't got no business doing in a relationship, we're done. And I don't got to stick around. A lot of women settle. I don't. I know my worth. And a lot of people don't like that. They don't want you to know your worth and what you deserve. I do. So a man ain't never left me.
And on periods. And on period. And on periods. So let's going back to the guy that was defending you, because it sounds like he had great characteristics. There's like he's not an option ever.
He's moved on. He's married. I mean, he's moved on.
Okay. He got a new situation. Okay. Yeah. So let me just say this, princess, because I saw you in person. You're an attractive girl. I was like literally about to leave and I saw her and I was like, oh, let me go talk to her because it was like at the end. I think you're an attractive girl. I think you'll never have a guy problem because you're attractive. But let's just say the guy you describe, because sometimes I'm not God and I don't want to be the downer, right? But sometimes, let's say, because you said you left these men because of certain mess they wanted you to deal with, right? So you want this man, but then not with the mess which you have experienced. And what was some of the mess that you left them because of?
Cheating.
Okay, cheating. And let's stay there for a second. That type of man, and this is what I've learned. This is what I've learned from 5 years of hosting the show. That type of man got so many women options, right? Like there's so many women who, and we don't talk about this enough. A lot of times the woman knows you exist and really don't give a fuck about you because all she cares about is herself, whether it be right or wrong. So this man has to really be in a space where he wants to be committed and faithful and disregard all the vagina that's coming his way, right? So that's really the request. You getting the man, I don't think you'll have a problem. It's maybe you getting the man in the way you want him to behave. And I think that's going to be where you're going to have to,
So are you saying that all men are cheaters?
I'm not saying all men are cheaters, but I'm saying most of the men that y'all want are cheaters. Most of the men that y'all want, because y'all want this swagged out, attractive, tall, good looking, has money. Even you said you had this man, but he cheated. And let me tell y'all, again, this is experience I'm telling y'all. When I do my live events and you was at one, it's always 80% women to men. That's just what it is.
I was a mess too.
Period. Like point blank periods. You have to know this going in. There are more women than the guys. Now we get the guys, right? We have 20% guys. But then out of the 20% guys to the 80% women, it's really like maybe 4 of the guys that y'all want. So 80% women really want 4 of the guys. And this guy is tall, attractive, good looking, has money, swagged out. So this is a math. I'm having a math conversation with y'all right now. Yeah. Not a I'm a queen, I'm a god. This is a math conversation. And listen, I know this because I go to every city. And at every city, I have to have this conversation with all the women because every woman doesn't get to speed dates. Every woman doesn't get a match. And I'm like, listen, but I do bring out a good portion of men for speed dating. And I get the guys that y'all like, but it's never going to be equal. So really what you're dealing with is a numbers game. And if this guy feels like, if he feels like he's the prize, anything he gives you, he's going to feel like you're lucky to have,
That's what's going. That is exactly what's going on in this dating generation. Yeah. The men with emotion, all of those type of men that they think they're the prize, and you're wrong. Like, that's why I feel like men have so much feminine energy now, because you feel like you have so many options and you're the prize. Like, and you're not. Like, men are not the prize. The Bible said, "He who finds a good wife finds a good thing." Like, if you want to get biblical, but I'm not even going to say that. I'm not even going to just say like the men are not the prize. I would say like it doesn't work like that. Like, I feel like you and the woman are a prize. Like, when y'all both can come together, when y'all have a good, solid foundation, compatibility, chemistry, all of that stuff, then you both are the prizes in that relationship. It's not like, oh, I'm the prize. It's like, y'all can be the prize together, but like, men really have that mentality because of the numbers games, which is fine with me, Kendra. If I don't find my partner here, baby, I'll go back to Ghana.
Now listen, okay, now if you go to Ghana, let me say this though. Would it be because you could okay, how do I want to say this? What if it's a man? Because listen, all the ladies could go to Africa and get you a man tomorrow, but I'm not sure if he'll have the money. So would you, like, if you go to Ghana, he might, huh?
You think he's not gonna have the money?
He might not have the money if you go to Ghana.
Oh, they have the money.
Okay, so you're saying you'll go to Ghana, he'll have the money, and you're the only woman? Isn't that what we're talking about right now?
Kendra,
I'm just having listen, I'm not, listen, God is all things, right? So I am not the end all to be all. But you want to have the real talk conversation. So you telling me you going to Africa to get you a rich Ghana man and you're gonna be the only one? Is that what you're telling us?
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like,
let's start here. Is faithfulness and monogamy your non-negotiable? Or are you open-minded? Listen, there's women that make deals like that every day if they're being taken care of. So are you open-minded, or is it a strong no? You gotta be monogamous.
I make my own money. I don't gotta deal with nothing I don't want to deal with. No.
So what does that mean? Are you okay with a little cheating, or no, you want monogamy? Okay, you don't gotta answer it, but just think about it. Because I would say
I'm gonna be loyal to my man. He has to be loyal to me. Okay. Like, I don't care about him making no 6 figures. I make that too. So like, I get what you're saying, but like, I like it's a non-negotiable. Like, you're gonna be loyal. I'm gonna be loyal, honest, and faithful. So are you. I hate the double standard in our community. Like, no, I don't care.
Well, yes, I understand, but I think you got to understand why it's a double standard, because it's just different. It's not equal for the men to women. And then the difference is this: when the man that has the money, I don't think any man wants a bum. So let's start there. But most men that have money expect to pay, right? So they're not always, even if you have a lot of money, he's still expected to pay for the dinner, be the primary breadwinner. So he'll get a girl in his mind. It's like, regardless of what you got, I'm still expected to pay because I got all this money. When a woman dates, this is where it's different. You're not dating like that. You're not dating with the mindset of, I got all this money, so I'm going to pay. So that's where it's not the same, okay? Because the guy with the money is expecting to pay. And because he's expecting to pay, he's like, listen, I paid for all this. What you complaining for? Like, you get, like, true story. I remember I was reading something about Shaq and Shawnee. And I think it was the Essence. It's a very long article, but Shaq had been cheating for years. And she said when she finally left, it was a conversation they had. And Shaq said to her, well, why are you complaining? You're the only one that can access the bank account. Like, yeah, I got other women, but you the one with the bank account. You the only one that can access the bank account. And then that was Shawnee's like final straw of, listen, I know this man is worldwide, millions and millions popular, but I can't do this. So a lot of the men, like I said, I don't think all men cheat, but a lot of men that y'all describe cheat. And at some point in time, so I guess for you, if you met a guy who maybe wasn't your height requirement, maybe he's 5'9", maybe he's your height, maybe he's a solid guy, but he got a solid job, so he can't travel the world like you could travel the world, but is willing to build a life with you. Would you make adjustments for him, or he ain't got a chance? Okay, it is what it is, child. Go to Ghana. Get to
I'm not
go back to
my heart desires and what I want. I'm not gonna settle. Like I can set the standards and boundaries for myself, just like everybody can. Just like if a man wants to say, "Hey, my preference is I don't want to date women with kids." I totally respect that. What am I gonna say? My only thing was to get on here and was to defend single mothers because we can have standards, we can have boundaries for ourselves. But I'm not against a man saying, "Hey, babe, you know what? You're not for me. You have kids." I totally respect that, and so it's the same thing for me. The height thing is not a big deal. If he's 5'9", like my height, okay, cool. But like traveling, like no, that's a non-negotiable because like that's what I love to do. I've been to 22 countries. I plan to be at 30 by the end of this year.
Okay. Do you have like a I don't know, a friendship couple that is your ideal relationship, that maybe they're either married or friends that are in a relationship that's experiencing what you desire?
Yes.
Okay. So you should talk to them. Talk to them and get the ins and outs of their relationship. And maybe because I also think that sometimes everything looks great. Everything looks great. But there's so much more than the Instagram post at times, right? And there's so much more to the Facebook post at times. So if you get you some real life friends that are in a relationship dynamic that you desire and see what they tell you.
I'm gonna do that, Kendra, because I feel like you telling me to be in a poly relationship.
No. I'm not telling you to be in a poly anything. I'm not telling you to do that at all. So please don't misunderstand me. What I'm saying is, from what you told me, you have dated the guy you described, but monogamy was the issue. Is that true?
One of them. The other one, the fiance I was talking about that I broke up with, we were just both immature. We were in our like mid-20s. We needed to grow up, so that was not an issue.
But he had your height. That one had your height and your money.
He's 6'4". Again, at this time he works in a warehouse, but I told him now he owns 3 trucks, so he's an
Oh, this is the one that's already with somebody else. See, girl, now that one you were supposed to, because you could have been, because it seemed like you helped him become a better man, and then you just decided to walk away from the better man that you created.
We both needed to grow up. We had a lot of growing to do.
Well, listen, all right. I gotta try to get somebody else. They are driving me insane. But let me do this. Let me shout out your profile again. What's your profile on the
And one other thing I want to clear up the 50-50 thing, because I only brought that up because listen, everybody do what's best for them. Okay, I am not a 50-50 girl, but am I 70-30? Yeah. Like, but I do what works for me and the men that I deal with. That's what I'm used to dealing with. I've never had someone I've lived with me and I didn't have to pay the mortgage or anything like that. But will I pay bills? Will I contribute? Absolutely. I'm not I'm going to contribute. I'll help on trips and stuff like that. I'm a 70-30 girl. Okay, so let's stop this whole conversation. Everybody do what's best for them.
Yeah, and I didn't even bring that up. You brought that part up.
It was because somebody was in the comments like saying it, and then I responded to them.
Okay.
And so a lot of things they were going in on that too, honey. They took that video and put it on all types of blogs, and I said, what the hell?
Girl, what's your name on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
It should be like Princess 33.
Oh yeah, that's right, Princess 33. Okay. So let's try this again. She came back to glit some things together. Here she is, fellas. You can hit her right now. Princess 33.
Yes.
Princess 33 on the Kendra G Singles dating app. Don't play with her name. Yes, she's a single mom, but she got her shit together. Okay? You know, traveling is a non-negotiable. So even though she's willing to work in other areas, you got to be able to hit that flight. Princess 33. She's in Atlanta. You say he doesn't have to be in Atlanta, right?
No, he does not. Please.
Okay, don't be in Atlanta. Actually, don't be in Atlanta. All right. Well, listen, girlfriend, I'm wishing you the best. I really am.
Thank you, Kendra. And I'm gonna do a Kendra cam for all you little hating ass.
Oh, you do the Kendra cam
for all you hating females in the comments. Yeah, this is 35. Cause some of them, I ain't even gonna say it. It's 30. That's 35.
Oh, you ain't got no bra on, Princess. You ain't want to wear no bra tonight.
Oh, no, sorry, Kendra.
I mean, your body does look good. You're in
35
shape.
with 2 kids.
Okay, don't play with it. Don't play with it. All right, princess, I'm wishing you the best, honey.
Thank you, Kendra.
You're
I love
welcome.
you.
Bye. Love you too. Bye, girl. Bye, baby girl.
The all-new Kendra G Singles dating app is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Just go to your App Store or Google Play Store and download now.